Hello, and welcome to the new ASIS website and member information hub. This tutorial will give you an idea of how it is that you want to access your member information through the member hub. The way you get there is to click on About My Membership from the new website homepage. You're going to enter your information. There we go. Make sure you tell it to remember you so that you don't have to log in fresh every single time. All right, and this is going to take you to the member hub. I'm going to click on home here so that you can see where we land. And again, this is where this video is, so you'll be able to find it again if you need it. The quick information that you get on this screen is on the right-hand side, you'll see upcoming events, and it will show you whether or not you're registered for it. It will show you any account balance that you have due, including any membership renewals, and it gives you the opportunity to to refer another member if you want to. We're going to work our way down these tabs on the left-hand side, starting with My Info. So here is the information we have about you in our database, and this is the information that will show in a directory search and so forth. So along the left-hand side is my contact info, mailing address, email, and so forth, my phone, my account number. On the right-hand side is the list of groups that I'm a member of. So under this, you'll find chapters, SIGs, as well as committees that any volunteers are members of. You can also use this portal as a way to join additional SIGs. There's a little star up here, a plus sign on the right-hand side here. You're going to click on that. And that gives you a list of the groups that you are eligible to join. You'll note that the chapters are all grayed out. You cannot join a chapter through this portal, although it will show you if you are a member of a chapter. But you can join any SIG that you want to join from here. The reason you're not eligible to join chapters is because chapter membership is determined by geographic location at the current time. However, if you want to be a member of an additional chapter, just let us know and we can add you to that as well. Also on this screen, you'll see that I can click on this icon here and get a list of everybody that is in that group with me. Up here. Okay, let's move on to the membership tab up here. Membership is obviously going to tell you about your membership. It will show you here if you have multiple different types of membership in your record. For example, if you started out with us as a student and then became an early career professional and then a professional member, that will show up here starting from now. So anything in our historical database will not reflect that, but in our current database, anything new will be reflected. So if I click on that link, I'm taken to this page. It shows me my join date when I originally joined the association, and then the various transactions related to my membership. So as you can see, I renewed my membership on 8/22 of this year. And because I've been a pretty consistent member and renewed annually at the same time, I can surmise from all this that my expiration date is going to be 12 months later than my start date. If you have been a member for a period of time and then you've lapsed for a little bit and rejoined, this may get modified, but each time you renew a membership, your start date will reflect as 12 months before your expiration date. So if you aren't sure what your expiration date is, check on the latest start date for your current membership and assume 12 months later is your expiration. Also, you'll see up here at the top that it shows what month you renew in. So that is when you should be expecting to receive an invoice in the mail for your renewal. Speaking of renewals, the way that you will now renew your membership is one of two ways. The first is that we will send you an email. That will come about between 4 and 6 weeks prior to your expected renewal date. And the invoice will include a link in the body of the invoice that will allow you to click on that, go online, and pay that invoice, which will then automatically renew your membership. Alternatively, if you come in here to this billing tab, it will also show you any open balances to include any membership renewal invoices. So once we have run the renewal invoices, which again is 6 to 8 weeks prior to the time that you're due to renew, you will have an open balance in your account here. And now, if you want to pay it from this window, you're just going to click the Pay Now screen. You're going to put in all of your information. You have the option of storing your payment information for future use by clicking here. And you also have the option of determining what invoices you want to pay. So for example, I have this one open invoice. If I had another open invoice, let's say for an annual meeting expense or something like that, I could pay all of those here at the same time. I'd have those listed and I could just check off which ones I wanted to pay. So you'll see here that in past payments, I have saved my payment information and it is showing up here now. I can edit that if I want to. I can delete these if I want to. But this makes it easy so that next year when you come in to register for an annual meeting or renew your membership dues, your information is already stored if you want it to be. Again, that's an optional thing. You do not have to do that. But if you wish to, you can. Down here at the bottom of the screen, you'll see the billing history. This is very helpful. This will really show you every transaction you conduct with ASIS that involves a transfer of funds from this point forward. We do not have your previous history in here, but this is your current history. If you ever need your previous history, please feel free to contact us and we will send that to you at your request. If you need to download an invoice, either one that is pending, like this one, I can click here and download the invoice. And you'll see the invoice here. This is what you also get by email about 6 weeks before your renewal date. And here, if I click on here, submit payment online here, I'm taken to this payment screen again. There it goes. Okay, so as you can see, I can pay multiple invoices and so forth. I also perhaps want to just download an invoice for something I've already paid, in which case I could come over here and download an invoice. And I won't open it up, but the same idea, you're going to be able to see everything that you've paid, including a zero balance, and submit that for reimbursement or however else you want to use it. Finally, on the screen, we have the Refer Others tab. This gives you the opportunity to refer colleagues that might be interested in being ASIS members, and we will reach out to them and follow up after you do that. Next, I'm going to go to my directory listings. So here, this shows my information related to my fictional member here, and everything that could potentially show up in a member listing. However, we have two separate, on the right-hand side, you'll see two separate options for directories. The first one is the active member directory. That is linked here on the left-hand side of the information hub. That is member-only access. And there's a little bit more information available to members only than there is in the public directory. The public directory is only going to list name, organization, and country. The active member directory will also include an email address. If I want to, I can come up here and view my listing in the active member directory. So this is what other colleagues that are members of ASIS would see. And here they have a link to email me. If you want additional information showing up in your member directory, phone number, address, and so forth, that is something that is global. And so we would need to hear from a bolus of members saying they wanted that in order to include that. But for now, we felt this was prudent not to give too much information, but enough so that folks can sort and search and find what they're looking for. The My Subscriptions tab, if we had any, would list those email groups that you could join. Email groups being different than a SIG or a chapter or a committee. Email groups would really be for the exclusive purpose of sending emails to people. We haven't seen a use for that yet, but if we come across something, we will certainly include it. Perhaps virtual SIGs could be listed here, and we value your input on what you think we might want to do with that. In the event that we had a group of them, they would be listed here, and you could check the box on which ones you wanted to be a part of. Keep in mind that chapters and SIGs and committees all use the iConnect website to communicate. And the iConnect site will be, when we launch, completely integrated with this, so that you should be able to move seamlessly between the two. Okay, under events, it's going to list any ASIS meetings and webinars and other events that are pending. I could also pull out, we don't have any that are past right now, so I don't think it's giving me the option. But if you had past meetings that you had attended, it would show up here as well once those dates have passed. But you can see that I can see that I am registered for the meeting. If I want more information about the meeting, I can just click here and get more information about it. And so this is your place to go to learn about your meetings and registrations. If you're not registered, you can use this portal to register for the meeting, or you can go through the meeting site. The continuing education tab is not currently being used. In the event that we are able to develop some continuing education opportunities towards certification of some sort, this is where that information would be housed. You'd be able to come in here and see what courses you were taking and your completion, and document that for an employer or for whatever other purpose you might have. Here's the active member directory. So this is where you'll find all of the active members. And you can come in here and search. You can also customize your results and search, for example, by a country. And so this will give you access to the directory listings of all the folks that are current active members of ASIS&T. If you're looking for somebody and they're not here, please let us know. It's possible their membership has lapsed. But if they're not appearing, there may be just a problem with their listing, and we need to check on that. Finally, under resources, we don't have anything here now. We will be working on building this out over time. There are other pages on our website that also include resources. So, and of course, the iConnect site also includes resources. So there are any number of different places you can go to find the types of resources you might be looking for. Continuing on down here, volunteer opportunities. You'll see we have the 2019 call for volunteers here. Any future calls for volunteers, either for global committees and that sort of thing, for board members, for chapters and SIGs, that will all be housed here. So if you're ever looking to volunteer, this is where you want to come. The job posting section is going to be used so that members can post jobs at their institutions that they want to share specifically with other members. Again, this is a member-only portal, so if you're interested in posting a faculty position or a professional position in your organization, we will have instructions on how to do that. News items, again, we haven't populated this yet, but when we do, you'll be able to find press releases, Twitter announcements, anything that we deem as being newsworthy within the association. And then finally, I'm not going to go there just yet, but the final link down there is the link to the website, the new website. The last thing I want to show you here, if you come up here to settings, and you can change your username and password, you'll see here that I have a username of new member. We've actually asked all of you, and hopefully you have done this, to use your email address as your username. The reason for that is that it will prevent you from creating a duplicate record in the future. So if you lapse for a little while and you've forgotten all your information, at least you probably know your email address, and so you can get your username and password that way. But also, if you try to log in using your email address, it will tell you that there's already an account for you and ask you to recover rather than change your username. So this should be an email address. I just took a shortcut for the purpose of this member. Here, if you were to change, if you wanted to change your password, you have to put in your current password, and then you could put in a new password. If your email address changes at some point and you want to change your username to another email address, you can do that here. And then put in your current password, and then under new password, just put in your current password again, and it will save that. The last thing under this tab, other than logging out, is your communication preferences. This is the same as the subscriptions tab to the left here. So this would be an opportunity for you to subscribe to additional email lists. Okay, I believe that covers everything that you might need to know to effectively use the InfoHub. This information is also on our website and available for you to research at your leisure if you wish. And of course, as always, if you ever have any questions about how to use the system, about your membership that is not answered here, don't hesitate to either email us, membership@asist.org, or call us 301-495-0900. We are more than happy to answer any questions you have. Thank you so much for watching the video, and enjoy using the system. Bye-bye.